People do you know that are in UK that are billionaires? They go there to survive. They don't go there to be rich. All of them are going there to go and do care job. They are going there to survive. Your ambition is to go and join them in modern slavery. I know people that went and sold properties to go and rent property abroad. Are you thinking? What are you doing? Instead of you to see how you can get something from God, that thing is called light. You start putting that thing on your lips and allowing God start to connect. You are meeting people, you are going the right place. Life has a way of bending to people that have something. If you keep at it, they will come from UK or they will come from America. They are spending their savings and you are there saying, what am I earning? Now you are there. You can't come back, even though you were better here. But you can't come back because shame will not allow you. You think a lot of people there, they are not sending you money. It's not because they are selfish. They don't have. All the billionaires I've met in my life are here. This is the easiest place to be a billionaire. Be wise.
Okay, before we continue to address this, let's watch another video of the pastor so that you may understand him very well and who the kind of pastor he is.
You were here when I said it. I said it 3 months ago. That even if the gap is 29 points, Arsenal cannot win. Didn't I say it? There is a way you will watch a club. You don't need prophet. They are cursed.
And Arsenal did what? They won the Premier League. Pastor said Arsenal cannot win the league, but Arsenal won the league. That is the pastor we are discussing right now. This is the reason why many of us do not go to churches or Nigerian churches, because many of these Nigerian pastors no really get sense. Now only Malachi chapter 10 verse 10 then sabi how to collect people's tithes and offering and then give them motivational speeches. That is all they know. And ignorant Nigerians who don't think with their brains, who don't ask questions, we now start giving them all their monies. So let's look at this and answer this accordingly. So first of all, he said, how many people do you know that are in the UK that are billionaires? Well, the UK has a population of 69.5 million people with confirmed $157 billionaires. And just a few days ago, David Beckham, a former footballer in the UK, was just confirmed a billionaire in dollar. So that number has actually increased. Against Nigeria with a population of over 250 million people with only 4 recognized dollar billionaires. And since we were born, there is no new Nigerian who has been added to the list of Nigerian billionaires. It has always been those 4 that benefited from governments. They have remained the only $4 billionaires Nigeria, a country with over 250 million people, could ever produce since we were born. Let's continue. Now, Sunday Times Rich List reports that at least over 40% of the UK's dollar billionaires are immigrants. We are born overseas. Those, that is, people who came from abroad, who came from other countries to hustle in the UK, became billionaires in the UK. Over 40% of UK billionaires in dollars were born abroad. That is, they migrated from India, from China, from other countries, including from Nigeria, because Nigeria has $1 billionaire in the UK by the name Adebayo Ogunleshi. Adebayo Ogunleshi went to the UK to study. He did banking. He hustled in the UK. He became a dollar billionaire in the UK. So yet, we know a lot of people who have come from other countries to the UK who are now dollar billionaires. But we don't know one single person who has ever come from another country to Nigeria who has made just $1 million, not to talk of $1 billion. But there are many people from other countries who have gone to the UK to become billionaires. And there are many people who have gone, even Nigerians, footballers and all that, who have gone from Nigeria to the UK and have become millionaires in dollars. Now, show me one single person who have come from other countries to Nigeria and became a billionaire. I want to know. Mike Adenuga too, who is a dollar billionaire in Nigeria, our 3rd richest person in Nigeria, is also in the UK. He has businesses in the UK. Majority of his businesses are in the UK. Forget that he owns Glow in Nigeria. His main business location is in the UK. He has businesses in the UK. That's where the main money is coming from. Meanwhile, before we continue, this pastor married a US citizen and they said he's always in the US. They said he lives in the US. This particular pastor that is talking. But because he has gullible Nigerians as his church members, because he cannot afford to miss tithes and offerings from Nigerians, he has to hold on tight to his Nigerian congregation. And that is why he's telling them not to japa, so that they will not go and change their mentality and start thinking like the white people and become wise, so that they will stop giving him tithes and offerings. Let's continue. Now he said, why would you japa to the UK to go and start doing care jobs? Okay, there are an estimated 12,000 to 15,000 Nigerian trained medical doctors currently licensed and practicing in the UK. Medical doctors alone from Nigeria in the UK practicing as medical doctors in the UK are up to 12,000 to 15,000. We are not talking about nurses. We are not talking about those in tech. I personally know those in tech. We are not talking about those in engineering and other highly skilled professions. But all he thinks that every Nigerian who goes to the UK goes there to do its care jobs. You see how a pastor is reasoning like a pig. He said Nigerians don't go to the UK to be rich, that they are going there to survive. Well, the truth is that I can confidently say that more than 50% of Nigerians who have japa to the UK are now rich. There is no way a Nigerian who is a medical doctor in the UK or a nurse cannot be considered as a rich person. There is no way Nigerians playing football in the UK cannot be considered as rich people. There is no way you cannot consider Anthony Joshua, who is a boxer, a Nigerian boxer that refused to box in Nigeria. He ran to the UK to box. There is no way you cannot consider him as a rich person. So there is no way you cannot consider other Nigerians doing other professional jobs in the UK as not being rich. I'm talking about modern slavery. What is modern slavery? Let's define what modern slavery is. Who is a modern slave, or who is actually a slave? Is it you that is living in a country where you don't have electricity, you don't even have your own water? Is it you living in a country where they just woke up in Oyo State and kidnapped school children and beheaded a school teacher? Is it you living in a country where you are not even sure, you are not even sure of your next meal? You are not even sure of your 30,000 naira salary at the end of the month, if they will pay you or if they will owe you. As in, is it you living in a country that if motor hits you now, if you get an accident, there is no ambulance that will come to rescue you? Is it you living in that country that is not a slave? Or is it someone that is living in a country where they get reasonable salaries? And at the end of the month, no matter how much tax or expenses they make, they save something reasonable. Someone that when they have accidents, ambulance is there to come and rescue them. Someone whose children go to schools free of charge. Some Nigerians in the UK are staying in free houses, free apartments. Nigerians in the UK enjoy all the basic things of life. So who is now a slave? You that is living in Nigeria, or the person living in the UK? I really want to know. Now, talking about selling properties in Nigeria to go abroad to rent properties, let's actually talk about this. What is the value of the property you had in Nigeria which you sold? You sold a car. How much is the value of your car? Did you sell a Bugatti? Did you say a Lamborghini? No. You sold a car of 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Is that a property? What is the value of the land or house you sold before you japa? Is it the land or house of 5 million or 10 million? Did you sell a property of 100 million? Let me make it clear. If you did not sell a property that is worth at least $100,000, you never sold a property to japa. You simply raised money to japa. And in a few years, definitely you will buy back the property in Nigeria. The property you had in Ugeli or in Warri, the valueless property you had in one town in Owerri, or the one you had in Para or in Ilorin, or all those nonsense locations you bought those cheap lands and houses and you sold them to japa. Later you will come back, in some years you will come back and be able to buy a property in Lekki. Do you understand? It's not like you had a property in Lekki, Banana Island that you sold to japa. It's properties that you had in valueless locations that you sold to japa, and now many of you are coming back to buy properties in prime locations in Lekki and Abuja. Now let's look at who buys most of the properties in Nigeria. Who owns most of the properties you have in Lekki? Let's look at it. Nigerians in the diaspora provide roughly 20 billion in annual remittances and account for about 70% of sales and investments in Nigerian real estate markets, including premium areas like Lekki. Like I always said, more than 50% that I used to say, but honestly, from investigation, 70% of the houses they sell in Lekki are bought by Nigerians abroad. You understand? And you cannot remove those in the UK from the list. they are definitely on the top list. You understand? Not like they buy and live there. They buy and rent out, or some buy and sell. But 70% of the people of the houses sold in Lekki that you know are bought by Nigerians abroad. The remaining 30% are bought by your politicians, by the few entertainers who do not make up to 0.0004% of the population. You understand? And few successful business people. And then others are used for money laundering and all that. Like Ifeanyi Okowa of former governor of Delta State, the way he bought properties all over the place with 1.3 trillion naira that he stole. That is how politicians buy properties in Nigeria. That's how they launder money. Apart from that, people who do the legit buying of properties in Nigeria, 70% of the properties sold in Nigeria in real estate are done by those abroad. Go and research on that. Go and ask a realtor in Lekki. Ask them who buys most of the properties they sell. Ask them. They will tell you the honest truth. You understand? A country where footballers playing in Nigerian leagues cannot buy 2010 Toyota Camry. A country where medical doctors are still earning 200,000 per month, 250,000 per month, 300,000 per month. The videos are there online. Doctors are crying. A country where nurses are still earning 50,000, 100,000 naira every month, 150,000 naira. Will they be able to buy properties in Lekki in the next 100 years? Never. It's never possible. So who are the ones buying the properties? If not for Nigerians abroad, and the Yahoo boys will have, and the 0.000004% entertainers, and then the rest are politicians who are using properties to launder money. You understand? And a few successful business people who are the ones buying properties. It's mostly those abroad. Imagine me wey sell my Camry 4.5 million. You understand? Imagine this kind of person telling me not to sell your properties to japa. Car of 4.5 million wey I sell. Now every 3 months, you don't get as e be for this kind of one. If you save that 4.5 million every 3 months, you understand? So imagine me listening to this kind dumb pastor. Sure, you understand my point? Now he's talking down on those doing care jobs. A person doing care job in the UK is better than 20 medical doctors in Nigeria. How much are they earning there? Let's just be realistic. Forget the lies that people in the UK tell you. Somebody doing care job in the UK, after the taxes and expenses every month, what they can save, let's be honest. 20 medical doctors in Nigeria cannot save it. And you are telling people, you are asking people, why then the japa go UK? Is the pastor okay? No. Apart from collecting people's tithes and offerings and collecting their seats and stealing from them, what is this pastor's job? What is his actual job? What can he actually do to earn money apart from people's tithes and offerings, which they use Bible verses, to manipulate people to collect? What does he do for a living? Anyways, like he said, Nigerians, we don't have, stop disturbing people abroad. We don't have Nigerians abroad. We don't have. Stop sending money back home. Their pastor said we don't have. All of you that are sending $20 billion remittance every year. World Bank itself estimated that Nigerians abroad send $20 to $25 billion back home every year. Yet Nigerians abroad don't have. We don't have. Nobody should disturb Nigerians abroad again to send money. Do you hear me? Let's continue. And he said all the billionaires he met in his life that they are here. Maybe they are here means they are in Nigeria. When Nigeria, with a population of over 250 million people, has only $4 billionaires. And the first person is Dangote. He's a Muslim. I'm sure this pastor has never met Dangote before. What business will bring Dangote to this man? Or what business will bring this man and Dangote together? It's impossible. The second richest man in Nigeria is also a Muslim. You understand? Rabiu, right? What will ever bring this man and Rabiu together? I'm absolutely sure that he has never met Dangote or Rabiu. The second two richest men in Nigeria, Adenuga and Otedola, both of them live in London. They are hardly in Nigeria. Adenuga and Otedola live in London. And the level of IQ you will have to make $1 billion in this life, it's not the level of IQ somebody, it's never the kind of level of IQ that somebody who will sit listening to pastors, Nigerian pastor, will ever have. You can never see somebody who can make $1 billion in this life sit down and listen to a Nigerian pastor. No. That's your IQ will be disturbed. You can't have the level of IQ that helped you to become a billionaire in dollar, and you will sit to listen to any Nigerian pastor. It's not possible. You can never see a dollar billionaire listening to any Nigerian pastor. The level of reasoning cannot. The only people who can listen to Nigerian pastors are all these illiterates or educated illiterates that we have. Those who don't question, who don't read, who don't ask questions, who just listen just to shout amen, and then they will bring all their tithes and offerings. You can never see billionaires like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Mention any billionaire in this world that you can see listening to a Nigerian pastor. It's not possible, because the level of reasoning that you need to have to become a billionaire is beyond the level of reasoning that someone who sits listening to Nigerian pastors will have. It's not possible for you to be able to make $1 billion and you'll be sit down listening to a Nigerian pastor. It can never be possible. So I don't know the kind of billionaires this guy has ever met, because I'm sure he has not met Dangote and Rabiu. Let's assume he has met Otedola and Adenoga, because maybe those ones are Christian, but I'm sure that he has never met them. So which billionaires has he actually met? The billionaires he's talking about here are his godfathers, those he is learning from. And these are just Naira billionaires. His godfathers like Adiboye, Oyedepo, you know, those ones that know the tactics of how to steal your money in the names of tithes and offerings and seats and all that, using Malachi chapter 10. These are the only kind of billionaires this kind of person can meet. He can't meet billionaires he can't meet industrialists like Dangote. He can't meet billionaires who are builders. It can't meet people who are inventors, people like Elon Musk, people like Mark Zuckerberg. When we bring them together, their level of reasoning is not the same. Those people are not thinking of how to collect your tithe and offering using one storybook they call Bible. No, he can't meet those kind of people. Those ones are thinkers, manufacturers, builders, inventors, Dangote and co. So this one cannot meet them. So he has not met any billionaire. So apart from this four, is there any other dollar billionaire in Nigeria? No. So which billionaire did he meet? Let me hear from him.